got my tool here. We got a new one. The other Amazon one I don't recommend. It's only a one-time use tool. This is obviously no impact, and this is way better, and I don't even need to use an impact because it's actually pretty smooth. I'll show you how this works. You guys haven't seen me use it prior. Got to open it up and extend it. We'll then slide in the plates. This will be your top plate with these teeth, so pretty much it will go like this, and then it locks down. So we'll slide this one into here, and we could spin it and kind of rotate it to get it where we want. So right about there, let's say. And for the rear, sorry about the noise, my brother is working on my driveway. Oh, this is not fitting here, so we will put it here. There we go. And then we'll just rotate it to go lower. Let's say right about there. Should be fine. Oh, I gotta take the cover off first. 10. Don't lose those. Pretty easy to lose. So put those on the side. Alright, that's off. Put the screws in there, put that on the side. Now, let's put our tool in place. And the bottom plate also has locking teeth, so you have to make sure to get those in. Helps if the light works in your favor. Now we can tighten the tool with 19. Now I'm going to loosen the lower sway bar link and as well as the strut. There go my snap-on lights. Once I get those out, I got to punch that out. I use an Allen key. That's what I had at hand. A punch would be better. I'll loosen up the lower 18, I believe, and disconnect the cables that are kind of pressed into those clips. And then I disconnected the lower arm and moved on to the following arms on the right-hand side there. There's quite a few arms, as you guys can see. And once you're done removing those, you're going to want to support that lower arm with a jack or jack stand or whatever you like. As we mentioned before, when we're reinstalling everything, we're going to tighten all these arms under loads. Alright, so with this guy here, you can have a new bolt, it's Torx. You're going to use the old washer, and you could use the new or old nut, whatever, but they give you these sleeves. It slides into the actual knuckle here, and that will hold that new bolt because it's narrower in place. Same goes for this lower section. See that? I put that sleeve in there. And then the new bolts that they give you. Well, this is too thick, but see this guy here. Slides in nicely, see that? No play. We got these arms positioned, all 1, 2, 3, working on just snugging this one up, and then we won't tighten everything until I put more pressure on it, and I'm going to measure it 10 3/8, which is what I did on the other side to the bottom of the rotor. We got one more arm, we got the strut and the bushing and the lower control arm. So let's get back to it. We're just gonna put this last lower arm on, and once we get this one on, we can check everything, tighten all the arms, make sure that everything's in place, and those arms will all be done. For the rear suspension, probably 2 to 3 days it took me. That's not rushing. I'm sure you could knock it out if you have a lift a lot quicker. In my case, I don't. But the full front, full rear suspension took about 3-4 days. We did wait for some parts that we didn't get, or the wrong parts that we had some issues with. So overall, a pretty time-consuming job. So my camera died, but I did press out the bushing there, and now I'm putting it back in. I had to hammer it in because the other side was easier to take it out and put it back in. On this side, I have to use the tool but hammer the bearing in, and it takes a little bit of time. I did spray white lithium grease, and it does go in nicely. Towards the end, you guys will see you have to make it flush. Once that is in, then those are the most common wear points on the rear, and nobody usually wants to do them because they're kind of a pain in the ass to do. But once they're done, completely different ride, and with the new struts and everything, the car is going to drive like new after the alignment. So let's go ahead and get this wrapped up. Okay, so all the arms are in, and I've marked them with the paint pen when I've tightened them. So these are all tightened. This guy here, that guy back there. Got the new bearing pressed in, and that's tightened. Strut's tightened. Tightened up top as well. And under, everything looks nice and tight. Well, I'll show you what you got to do here when you're removing the strut. Pretty straightforward, but you got 217s. This is the order it goes. The rubber goes down there, washer on top, first stud, and then the locking, or first nut and then the locking nut. And you got to hold that down to tighten when you get to the second one. So that's all done. We could put our cover back on, throw our wheel on, and take it for a test drive. So let's go ahead and do that. Everything is on. I've checked over everything. And now we can reinstall our wheels. Then we'll clean up our mess. It's a big mess. All right, she's on the ground. The suspension will settle obviously when we drive it. Like I said, it's going to need an alignment. Two 199U cars. That one's a 199G, which is Glasserit. Do a full video on this soon. Got my motorcycle from Poland just came in. But let's go ahead and take this for a drive. I think it's safe to say that Joe is happy. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.